Off for a second opinion on his injured knee. How concerned should we be about Bo Bichette's status for the rest of the season? Hey everyone, Rob Wong and Rob Longley of the Toronto Sun here with another edition of Long Ball. And Rob, Bo Bichette was in Dallas on Monday to see a knee specialist to get a second opinion on his knee injury, which manager John Schneider confirmed was to his PCL. They have been pretty cautious in releasing updates and talking about too much with regards to the timeline for Bo Bichette's knee injury. But based on what we heard on Monday, how concerned are you about his status for the rest of the year?
Yeah, Rob, very concerned, and I think it even goes beyond that. There's a strong possibility that we've seen Bo Bichette's last game as a Toronto Blue Jay, which sounds crazy to even suggest, but given the vagueness of the description of the injury, given the fact that there's a second opinion now being required from a doctor who is an expert on knee injuries with NFL players, and given the fact that we've seen the injury go from a cut shin to a sprained knee to now a ligament concern, you really have to wonder if he's going to be back this season. Now, the longer the Blue Jays go, certainly the better the chances are that he would be able to be a contributor into a potential deep playoff run. But and even that's not certain right now, because the Blue Jays, as has been their way this year especially, have been very vague in describing the degree of the injury and what the immediate future holds for him, beyond the fact that the injury happened back on September 5th, and the initial diagnosis was, again, just a cut. But once the MRI showed that there was some issue with the knee, they kept him off his feet all of last week. He's done no activity baseball wise, and we don't know when even that would start. And now here we are with less than 2 weeks remaining in the regular season. It seems to me that it would be an awful large stretch to see any game action before the regular season ends. And then it becomes how quick can he heal and how deep can the Blue Jays go into the postseason for there to be any chance for Bo Bichette to return to the lineup.
Well, and as John Schneider mentioned on Monday, they'll take him back as a DH if they can even get him. But as it stands right now, it does seem like that might be a bit of a challenge. Anthony Santander is working his way back as well, and George Springer has been phenomenal as the designated hitter for the Blue Jays so far this season. So in the immediate time here, Rob, we've seen Andre Jimenez play shortstop, and wow, what a couple of innings he had there in the win over the Tampa Bay Rays. I guess you feel pretty confident that if Bo Bichette is out, at least defensively, Jimenez is a guy that can slot in and take over quite easily, it seems.
Yeah, defensively, that is a good solution. And, this is another indicator, in my opinion, Rob, that how serious the Blue Jays are treating the injury, because they didn't waste too much time putting Jimenez into shortstop. They made sure that he had time to practice the position first, because they didn't want to rush him into that assignment. But I believe last night was his fourth game defensively at shortstop, and he really showed that prowess that he showed at second base throughout the season, adapting very well at short, and made a number of really outstanding plays at that position on Monday night. So you won't have a step backwards defensively. Obviously, comparing a Bo Bichette bat to an Andres Jimenez bat there is no comparison to it. But at least there won't be a hole in the middle of the infield defensively, and I guess there is some consolation in that. But the fact that they've shifted him over there already and given him a fair bit of playing time to this point suggests that that nothing is certain about when they'll see Bichette back on the field, if at all. And as Schneider noted last night, you'd gladly take him as a DH if that's all you can get at some point. And in many ways, that would seem to be the most likely scenario, at least in the shortest of terms.
Well, we should get some more clarity on Bichette's injury later this week, but the Blue Jays still feeling pretty good about themselves right now with a big-time lead on the Yankees for top spot in the AL East. We'll see how they fare the rest of the week here against the Tampa Bay Rays. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments section below. For Rob Longley, I'm Rob Wong. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you on the next one.